Welcome back once again. My name is James Henderson. It is February 8th, 2018, and this is the state of crypto. And so basically here's what's going on. European banks are starting to hoard Bitcoin again. We've gone through a large an equation of stating that the SEC is okay with the technology of the blockchain and to move forward, and also life is pretty good now. So people were worried about the government being shut down on what's happening. Um, but I digress. I'm just looking over a couple things. Have y'all seen this page? What to mine? So if you got like a total of 8, huh? So I'm gonna have a total of 16 1080 Ti's, right? Why do I need that many? Graphic designing company, right? No, not really, but still. That reminds me of a factor of what's going on here, folks. I know a lot of people are starting to give away their software in return, basically in return that they you allow them to mine when you're not using the computer. I know a guy who's doing that with a like 3D software. He's giving away his product, and just in return, he tells you in advance that we're gonna mine off of your computer, and the guy's making a killing now. So, what usually would cost an extra $20,000, he's uh he's making a lot more than that now. So we'll see what happens. So we take what is it? Equihash. Let's see what it calculate. All right. So if I had a total of 16, that pretty much pays for all the computers. Hmm. Well, that's pretty cool, folks. All right, let's get to our show, shall we? All right. So we know that MillardaBitcoin.com is doing well. We're making tons of trades, as we see here. I mean, we're just buying and selling all throughout the day. So I've been watching this morning, and we're just constantly. It's a madhouse around here, of all the buying and selling that we're going through, and we don't know what to do with it. It's funny. We have I've got a client that actually turned off my program because he just didn't understand, what he had to do after he set up his program. With all the other bots that are out there, you have to constantly tweak it. Well, thing is, I do the tweaking. That's it. So you don't have to do anything else. Another big concern was to every new customer say, all right, you take out a penny for every 1,000 trades. What does that? What's the likelihood of you taking everything that we have? Well, the likelihood is zero. I've got two lawyers that sit on board with my company, and so in return, if I screw up, they're gonna nail me to the wall. They're good friends, but they're gonna nail me to the wall. So because I'm dealing with other people's money, I'm in their territory now. I'm not. They're not in mine. I'm in theirs now. So when I run the business like I'm doing. So that's the ordeal. But anyways, let's get back to our show, shall we? So at the time of the writing, we know that Bitcoin is sitting at $8,241, uh, representing a gain of 7.4%. So that's good in the last 24 hours. And the reason why for the market updates because of basically our first major hurdle with the SEC and Congress stating that cryptocurrency is here to stay, and we can't invest all investors, but for the people, we're going to at least try to do it right. So for all the people who are trying to raise money in a formalized manner, dealing with any type of ICOs, then we're going to put some sort of rules and regulations that we've been given these IPOs. So with that being said, they're saying, dude, we love the technology. We're not going to squash the entrepreneurship of this new area, especially when it deals with tons and tons of protecting system information. This is a big deal. So now that we get to move on with this format, we're waiting for two more pieces of the puzzle. Another main one is Alibaba and Amazon. Now, whether or not they're going to have a informational system that allows buyers to purchase through Bitcoin. So, and the third one is I think what was going on with the bank system and the information that was released today on securing the information. We know that the bank futures took a very high interest on Bitcoin going down, and now we know why. Because the banks have been buying up Bitcoin, and they're hedging their bets against their investment on the futures. So ever since the futures with the CME Group and the Chicago Board of Exchange are out there now, that deals with the future of Bitcoin, they're able to hedge their bets, which is a good thing. So we know that America is representing 32% of the daily trading volume of Bitcoin, while Japan is representing 45% of the shares and its trading volume. Now, why does that matter? Well, we know that Japan's economy isn't all that great, but yet they're pushed towards, and to get a heads up on America, they're using Bitcoin to do that. So, and that's a big deal, folks, because if you can make a faster transaction, secure the data, and do it for a lot less than what the economy claims that you're having to pay, that's a big deal. In fact, I know a lot of these security companies are really, thinking different about their business model as far as securing data. Now, we still need security, don't get me wrong, but this happens to be definitely a game changer, and to rethink the strategy of the Bitcoin and of your securing your data. Ethereum price has risen 6% over the past 24 hours, with America representing 35% of the daily transactional shares. And once again, this year you're probably not going to see that much with Ethereum, because a lot of these ICOs that would have came up here in America to fraud out the investors millions of dollars due to the SEC regulatory actions, they're not coming to America. So here in America, you're probably not going to see as many Ethereum new ICOs that are out. Now, what that really means is we know that Ethereum's here to stay based on the contractual services that it has been legalized by the U.S. government. So in other words, if I write a contract and both party members sign it, and we stick it on the Ethereum blockchain as a contract, the court system will validate that it's the real deal. All right. So everyone's talking about Bitcoin exchange Coinbase defends itself on credit card charges. So last couple days, Bank of America, Chase, a lot of the big guys are saying, okay, we're stopping cash advancements on credit cards to invest in Bitcoin. Well, that's almost true. But anyways, in the meantime, before that becomes a permanent place in the world, the bank started charging a little bit more on cash advancements, especially when it deals with the cryptocurrency world. And so, in return, Coinbase is actually passing those lovely savings on to you. Well, not savings, but increasements. So, so that's the issue there. So if you see new information or new taxes that go through Coinbase when you purchase more Bitcoin or whatever coin that you're wanting to invest in, then then you're going to see some more charges on your credit card. We knew this was coming with all the people stopping, but we just didn't know what was going on. So, in other words, you're you're basically going to see a cash advancement on your bank statement the next time you pull money out and put it towards a coin. All right. So Coinbase is just following the laws and also passing the savings on to you. So European banks could soon hold Bitcoin. Bull, they are. That's been around for ever since the Bitcoin futures came out. So we know the banks are here to invest and make money. That's a given, right? So ever since Bitcoin futures, you're able to put a put out on or hedge against Bitcoin. They've been buying up Bitcoin and then hedging their bet against the futures of Bitcoin, just to make sure they get to keep their money or make money. All right. So, with the president of the European Central Bank has publicly stated that the European banks could hold positions in Bitcoin after developments such as Bitcoin futures contracts listing by the U.S. So this information isn't new, but it is starting to get people thinking that, okay, what is the true factor of Bitcoin? Well, folks, the true factor of Bitcoin is to get away from the banks. So instead of us talking Bitcoin to dollars, we need to start having that conversation of what it takes to start talking of what Bitcoin is to Bitcoin, not Bitcoin is to dollars. So that's what we need to do, folks. So if we're gonna get away and people investing in Bitcoin, if we're gonna get away from cash and back into a system to where we can have Bitcoin, then this is the conversations we need to start having. All right. South Korean cryptocurrency exchange was halted today. Well, technically it wasn't. My API is still running off of it. Now, what you're not able to do is deposit money into the cryptocurrency from your bank. All right. So that's the real story behind that. So it's not a big deal. So Bitcoin is still up 8,000. Well, it's down a little now at 8,175 when it was 8,200. But hey, that's the volatility of the market. So let's go with the state of crypto. So Bitcoin is up 7.41% at $8,175. If you look at my screen, Ether is down 1.09% against the Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is up 2.21% against the Bitcoin, and Ripple is down 5.07% against the Bitcoin. So Zcash is up 5.39% for the day against the Bitcoin, while Litecoin is up 0.91% against the Bitcoin. No, that's just changed. Okay, so Litecoin is down 5.75% against the Bitcoin, while Dash is down 0.22% against the Bitcoin. IOTA is up 0.37% against the Bitcoin. Once again, IOTA, I've got a thing with IOTA. Yeah, I've got IOTA in my system here. However, though, IOTA white paper came out, said we're going to automate everything. Guys, my computer background is in automation. So therefore, what just happened? That's right. The industry went. You can't automate. You can't have one product automate everything. Why is that? Because programmers write code and sources and services differently. So they should have started off with one small factor and then expanded from there, saying it's just a global domination of automation. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we know Monero is up 10 point, or actually 2.68% against the Bitcoin, and Neo is up 1.65% against the Bitcoin. Waves is also up 2.47% against Bitcoin, and Stratus is up 0.23% against the Bitcoin. So, folks, this is awesome. We've got a lot of great information that's coming out today. I know that Bitcoin has just reached its first hurdle this year to stating that it's here to stay. Now we're start focus on the technology and the usability of what Bitcoin is and what it has to offer to the people of the world. So that's pretty cool. So from all of us here at MillardaBitcoin.com, I want to wish everyone a happy day of trading. Stay profitable, stay safe, and remember, folks, there's a lot of negative security information that's out there. Just be informative. All right. So if you hear something that sounds too good to be true, it usually is. That's all I got to say. All right, I'm out of here, folks. I've got a lot of awesome day of trading. Let's see. So we know the market's down 60% in the trading. Yeah, about 60%. The Ethereum market is. What do y'all think? All right. Well, it's about half and half. So the Ethereum market is looking good, so I'll be making a lot of trades there, and of course the USDT market. Nice. I like to see it even because that means there's a buy and sell about to come my way. All right. Well, anyways, I digress. I'm out of here, folks. I've got a lot of day of here programming. So from all of us here at MillardaBitcoin.com, we are your trading platform. So give me a call. I'll be glad to talk to you if this is your style. So you have a great day, and I'll see you out there on the trading platform.